It's your boy, Lil T3rry, and it's showtime, baby.
Hey, how is it going? How is it going? We are back at it. It's your boy Lil T3rry. I am in the house. This is EFABE, and we have a special guest. And I first want to say I am amazed how I'm able to really be in the present of someone in the caliber of just a governor. It's crazy. Running for governor 2024. November the 5th is going to go crazy. I really hope nothing but success for this young lady. So I don't want to waste no more time. I'm gonna bring on no other Ambra Mason, man. Ambra Mason. How you doing? How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing all right. This is crazy. This is crazy. So I'm gonna start off with my first question is how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Just a little bit
Good.
nervous, but good.
Good. So let me dive right in. Right. So this is a big thing for me when it comes down to like mayors, governors, presidents, in a sense. You know, the top dogs is actually supposed to be making change in the community. So what got you into this field?
Well, all the injustices really, and I just was like, if anybody's gonna change it, it'll be me.
That would be great. What is one thing that you are looking to change without having a broad statement? I know that you got to go through your political questions, on down the road. But what is one thing that you would look to change?
The wealth gap in this state, as well as the rent to wage ratio, because there's no way a person can afford a house out here in Washington um, when they want three times the rent. Basically, you got to be making about 70,000 to move into a place. That's about 10, 20 G's down on a place, which is completely unacceptable, and it explains why so many homeless people here in the state.
Okay, so I know I have to kind of be careful. Do you see that we're heading in the right direction in street change, like street marching, streets like street having a street voice, street togetherness, street unity? Like, do you feel like we have that now, or do you think that we should do that much more, especially in the struggling and the poverty, areas?
Okay, what I feel when it comes to marching, one moment.
Like,
No.
you got
Okay. When it comes to marching and not right now. Thank you. Sorry, I was talking to my daughter.
good.
Okay. So what I feel when it regarding to marching is right now we are in a space where we can make direct change with our voices and our action more so. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's a lot of government officials trying to criminalize marching. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I feel
Word.
our people, instead of marching, we need to be getting these circles of political, um, I would say, political circles. You know what I'm saying? Get in the political circles so we can make change there. You know what I'm saying? Instead of marching all the time like we always do, I say we can march. I'm not saying get that up, but I'm saying also put yourself in those circles and talk to the people that's actually in the seats and see where their mind frame is. You know what I'm saying? And try to sway them into um, the way that it will benefit not only the state but the people as a whole. See what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna ask this before I even forget. Based off what you said about people are getting criminal. What is it called?
They're criminalizing marching.
Criminalizing. Okay,
Yeah, they're trying to
criminalizing
make it
and
a
marching.
terrorist thing.
Right, like a terrorist thing. So I have a nonprofit organization, right? So people that actually have nonprofit organization in the community, how can well from your point of view, how do you see local nonprofits, not even local, but just nationwide, as bringing those nonprofits together to if we're going to move away from the marching, how can we come together as a nonprofit to make an impact in the political world?
I would say this first. You need to find those who are like-minded individuals, not the ones that's out here making a joke out of everything. You need
Mm-hmm.
serious people, the ones that's really willing to make action, take action. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So get them together in one room, communicate the common obstacle, right? Find those political people in power that's trying to create the change that benefits everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Get them in a room with everyone else and do it collectively. That's the only way it's going to happen.
So how would we be able to do this without the street march? Like, is it more like holding events or some type of gatherings? Like, I wouldn't want to throw church in, but how would we be able to come together unity
Come
wise?
together safely, I would
Yeah.
say throw a meet and greet. It's actually more simple than we think it is. Just host a meet and greet, sign out some send out some RSVPs. If you want some political people there that you feel agree with your values or the way you want to further the future of our next generation, I say send them RSVPs and yeah, just communicate with them. They're people like we people.
Okay. So well, let me get to some important topics in a sense. Um in what way um can we close the wealth gap? Like what in what ways? I know you
You
spoke
know,
about it, I'm just saying. In
I'm
what
really
way?
happy you asked that question, right? The reason why is because, okay, you see the immigration issue, right?
Oh yeah.
We're spending our tax dollars, giving each immigrant that come over here $10,000 a piece, while allowing them to
Hold on. Say,
squat
say that
on
again.
American soil.
Hold on, say that 10,000 what?
$10,000 a piece, $10,000 per immigrant that come over here on our land illegally gets
And
ten thousand
we
dollars
was born in here and didn't get nothing.
Exactly, exactly. Listen, they get $10,000, right? They get their health care covered and everything. So the way we fix this, right, is since our government have the finances out of our tax dollars to give to migrants, we take those same tax dollars they give to migrants and give to the people in the state of Washington.
So that's what you're fighting for.
Oh yeah. When it comes to immigration, right now we are in a state of war with other countries, and only men the age of soldiers are coming over. They're not bringing their families. They're not bringing babies. So to me, it tells me that it could be something more than just them trying to find a safe haven. See what I'm saying? So our government can if our government can find the money to give to migrants 10,000 piece and have American people help take care of these individuals, we can do the same for our own American people. Understand?
I am mind blown right now because we actually helped build the land in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Not in a sense we did. Our
well,
ancestors.
um, and born and fighting for minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting there saying that they just come over here, not even a part of this world. I mean, over in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to invest in businesses and houses and real estate. They good.
Yeah, they get everything handed to them. So I'm gonna make it as simple as this. It's not gonna be negotiable. It's gonna be an executive order that I am going to put out there for the people to vote on, right? Um, and it's going to be for the benefit of the people. Everybody's going to be paid monthly, just like the immigrants, right? The only difference is we're going to get paid a tad bit more, like at least 20 or maybe 5-10% more for sure than they do.
We
And then
we,
I'm
we
going to also incorporate some protection laws regarding how the American people can protect themselves from these immigrant squatters. So we'll be able to come protect our real estate.
I'm sorry. I know I look like I'm just a little bit lost or whatever, but $10,000 just it's
Yeah,
just crazy.
$10,000 is a lot, especially for those of us who can't come across ten
I'm,
thousand real quick.
I'm that's crazy. Um, I wish that you were down here in Georgia. We gonna need you down here because we need somebody to fight for that in all 52 states. We need
Oh,
you
but
across the world.
understand this: if and when I get
Mhm.
elected, I will make it my business to discuss change with other governors. I will definitely make it my business,
Do
and
the
they'll see it.
governors get together and talk?
Um, Unfortunately, no, not that I've seen. However,
Mhm.
it's not doable. I could definitely do that, no problem.
Well,
They
that's a
just a
big
phone
topic.
call away.
That would be a big gathering, especially when it
Oh
comes
yeah.
down to people on the inside, not the government, but the people that's actually in the streets. We're gonna need
Hmm.
more of that from the top.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh,
so
it'll be open, definitely.
huh?
I said it'll be open definitely when I host this event because it's gonna happen.
Oh no, I believe it. You have that strong will. Like I'm feeling it right now. Like I want to be a part of that change. Um, so okay, you just mentioned the question I wanted to ask about the foreign squatters. So how can we fix that? And for the viewers that don't know nothing about squatters, what are squatters?
Okay, squatter rights is basically you find a house or rental property nobody lives in, right? It can even just be something like a Airbnb, unfortunately, right? A person can schedule Airbnb and just never move out. Just never move out. And after, let's say, 6 months or maybe a year, it's theirs now. It belongs to them legally. So,
Hold on,
yeah. So,
back up.
yes.
So if I get a property
Uh huh.
and I Airbnb it out, which means you're contracted for 5 days,
Yes.
you can literally stay like I can't tell you your time is up and just kick you out.
Okay, here's the thing. You can do that, right? Within your own power, within your own constitutional rights. However, if that individual do not move out, you have no control over that individual taking hold of your property permanently. If you do not move them out, that means you have to take the action that you want to take to get them out your home. But my thing is, I want to make it to where the American people is protected when they have to go to certain extents to get people off their property.
I didn't know this was happening with Airbnbs. I didn't
Oh
even
yeah,
think
it's
that.
happening with Airbnbs. It's happening with individual. Okay, so you know how they made it to where immigrants can, like American people can take in immigrants and they cook for them and all that, and
Mhm.
they live under them, right?
Yeah.
It was this case where an American individual allowed an immigrant to live with them, an illegal immigrant, and they killed him. And is nothing the government is doing about it. To me, that's a slap in the face to the American people. Therefore, there need to be laws put in place to protect the American people from terrorist attacks. To me, I feel it's a terrorist attack.
Well, well, first of all, how did they get themselves in that position? They just took somebody that's not registered.
They allowed them to enter their home, like Joe Biden said that they could, and wind up dead. Hmm.
Well. When he got in, he forgot what he got in for. I don't want to speak about him. He
Me,
forgot everything. I'm just saying he forgot
I'm just stating the
everything.
facts here.
Huh?
I said I'm just stating the
I
facts
I
here.
I
Sometimes you got to
see.
bring up those you don't want to hear about.
I see. But it's crazy how this Airbnbs and these squatters is just crazy. I thought I was thinking about squatters like if you see a trailer out in the woods and they decide to stay there, you know what I'm saying? Like it would be considered like a resident or if they want to stay at your house and you collect a mail, then you can't kick them out after 30 days. Are those considered
Yeah,
squatters?
those are still squatters. Yes. All of that. Yes.
So that is a law for someone to
Yes.
stay in your house, and if they receive mail,
Mm-hmm.
that's considered a residence.
For a certain amount, if they keep receiving mail at your home for a certain amount of time, let's say you out on vacation and it's your property, you living there, you paying rent now, utilities and everything, right? But you take, let's say a 6 months, 2 year vacation, but they receiving mail to your home and you don't know that person is there. When you get home and knock on your door to enter, they can have you removed from your own property because it's no longer yours. To me, yeah, to me, that's a slap in the face.
That's robbery.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but legal. But yeah.
Society is crazy.
It is. That's why it's important for us to know the laws that in the areas they don't want us to know most. You know what I'm saying?
Whew. You landed on us. This is tough. Now people don't want to buy homes. They don't want to invite nobody in.
No. Please buy a home. Because check this out. If I get elected, you will be protected. Any and everybody that come to Washington State to live, their home and property will be protected because I will ensure it's protected by implementing protection laws. It's as simple as that.
Are you able to see the comments?
I unfortunately, no, I'm not.
Okay, it says from Alonzo Zobo Brox. Salute to you for actually being in the chat. It says actually the census passed a law against people in Florida against squatters. They passed a law to help people against squatters in Florida.
Well, that's really good. That's the only good thing I can say DeSantis probably have done if he have done that. You know, because
I heard about him though.
Oh yeah, I don't agree with the majority of his tactics. Like I don't agree with the fact that he threw out our military veterans and our active duty military that did not have a home in Florida, threw them out of the hotel to make room for immigrants.
Who did that?
Agree with that. DeSantis.
What?
Yeah.
So instead of us doing we need to bring back movements like Black Lives Matter, even though it was like a scam, something like that, to protest to that.
Yeah, they do need to be protested. But what I'm saying is, we as a community, we as the people need to get together collectively about these things that we got in common, that we all have issues with, and vote for the right candidate and put them in the seats to make change.
Oh man, so you actually have a veteran.
Ambra Mason for governor of Washington State. I'm a write-in candidate. So when you get your ballots through the mail, if you reside in Washington State, just write my name on the line, on the ballot, and you have been done. Cast your vote for me.
There you go. There you go. Let me ask you this: as a like, if I have a nonprofit and I'm stationed somewhere else, will I be able to come and help in that community if I'm supporting you in a sense? And what you stand for, or is that like banned? Like it's not really something that somebody can do on the outside.
Okay, so if we talking coming out and holding up some signs, or coming out and helping me gather signatures from individuals who reside in Washington State, you're more than welcome to do so. But when it's regarding to voting and things of that sort, unfortunately, you're unable to.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll dive more into that. We do have someone that's a veteran. You spoke about veterans. Is there something that you can, give advice on struggling veterans in a sense?
Yes. I would advise each and every veteran to get with any buddies of y'all that y'all might have that's former vets or current active duty military personnel, and get them to vote for Ambra Mason, because I'm going to make sure that each and every veteran is taken care of as you should be, because you guys are the heroes of America. Therefore, I'm going to make sure that medical expenses you do not have to pay for, therapy you do not have to pay for, injury recovery you don't have to pay for. You will not be in debt when you come out of the military in Washington State, and your rent will be covered for at least 6 years prior to you coming out of the military, and then you can start back paying rent, of course. But I'm going to make sure that I do everything in my power to honor those who have defended us and kept us safe.
I know this is not the right way of saying this, but when it comes down to the veterans versus the immigrants,
Mm-hmm.
what if they knew, like, if they were strong enough to say, I'm not going, or I'm not joining the because first of all, we had to go to jail or something like that if we didn't go. I don't think we're doing that nowadays. Like, we don't, if they send us a letter, we don't have to go. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's optional. Unless unless they re-implement it. They trying to be nice.
I know they trying.
And the reason why I say that is because our numbers ain't up. It's not up. And the reason for that is because we see how our military personnel is being treated, and the fact that we can drive down the road and see a homeless veteran who maybe got his leg shot off in duty, in combat, right? And have to ask individuals for money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a slap in the face. So a lot of American people is like, I wipe my hands with this government. I wipe my hands with trying to protect and be in the military, because what's in it for me? What's in it for my family? Check this out. We have military personnel who have died and on the battlefield, and their families have to fend for themselves. See what I'm saying? So that needs to change, and it will change once I'm elected.
The crazy part is this: why did it takes you, a person like you, a young lady like yourself, to come in and want to do right by our veterans when we giving billions and $1 trillion to foreign governors because we're in debt, or to just be in a safe side, versus giving them assistance. We shouldn't have no homeless veterans out in the streets, or no home, or they don't have Medicaid for their one leg. Like, this stuff is crazy.
Oh yeah, we should have programs for that.
Not like this at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pumped because, like, it's very disrespectful, especially when someone's laying their life on the line for a whole country. This ain't no small dog. This is a whole country. I'm sorry. I got fired up.
They the heroes. I understand. I understand your frustration, because I'm frustrated about it too. I'm quite sure majority of America have individuals within their family who are a part of the military, and is quite just agitated at the fact that when they come home, either the daughter or one of the family members got to take care of them, or they have PTSD, so the family have to wind up, putting them somewhere for their own safety, when that should be left to the government. See what I'm saying? We should take care of our soldiers.
That should be like number one priority, not the immigrants.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
The veterans should be a number one priority. Number one. How do you sing the national anthem every time we're about to play a football game or a basketball game or soccer or whatever like that, but you don't protect your veterans?
Exactly.
That don't make sense. Are we free or not? No. Man, I hope you win. I promise you. Please, Lord, let this lady win. Let her win. Because
I hope I do too.
You're gonna save a lot of lives. You're gonna save a lot of lives. It's a lot of veterans out in these streets. Literally. It's crazy.
Oh, I know. And it's frustrating because every time I pass them, I want to salute. You know what I'm saying? But it's so sad to me because, I mean, when you look at a military vet, you're supposed to salute them every time. You're supposed to have that amount of respect. But people is losing respect, the ones that's in that field, simply because the government do not hold them to the standards they're supposed to be held to. That was their whole purpose for joining, for the honor of it, for the respect of it, for the love of it, of their people and country. That
part. So how do you feel about, what's his name again? DeSantis, right? So somebody just told me about DeSantis. They saying he's removing Black history out of schools. Now, I don't know if you're able to touch that topic in a sense, but when it comes down to a governor in a whole nother state, and you know about these things, and you're running for the same thing. How do you actually feel about that right there? Or are you able to speak about things like that?
Oh, it's despicable. It's despicable, and I don't agree with it. You know, I don't agree with it. However, in Washington State, I can protect that. When I'm elected, I can protect that. And certain information that we as Black America and white America, every individual in the country, actually, there's bits and pieces of information that we do not teach in schools that we should be teaching, and it will be taught, because I'm also going to do a school reform. The school board and the way it's ran haven't been rewritten since slavery time, and it's way over time for it. Okay, it's time. It needs to happen.
Okay, so do you feel as though um they're trying to hide the truth?
In a sense, yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. If the world knew what I know, right? Because I'm enthusiastic about politics, and I'm enthusiastic about history. I know a lot. So if the world knew what I knew, the world will have to come off them dollars. That's what they don't want to do, and that's okay. But it's gonna happen,
Oh man. Oh my
and it's
goodness.
okay.
You're man, look, you got this chat going going crazy right now. They they going ballistic because of what they're hearing. We have another Jonathan Coleman that asks, do you help with events when it come down to like I guess fundraising events or a charity event or anything that's giving back to the community type events?
Yes, I will be more than happy to attend anyone's event when it's something that important.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
She said yes, everyone. Um, so K Bay, salute, appreciate you for tuning in. He asks, how do you change the system that's been so corrupted?
Well, first, you want to know your constitution. For now, I want you to understand there's two constitutions. There's
Mm-hmm.
the global constitution for the District of Columbia and everybody, and
Mm-hmm.
there's individual state constitutions. So you want to know those. And then once you know those, you want to know the laws in your state. Once you know the laws in your state, then you know who to go to about what change you seek.
So, do you think that there's less change coming from the bottom to the top is because we're in the lack of knowledge?
I would say that. And because implementation. You know, there's people who's putting individuals in marches that don't belong
Mm-hmm.
there to stir up mess. Because I've noticed that majority of the marches are very peaceful until just something weird happened, then all chaotic the chaos happened, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the problem too. That's why I say nowadays marching isn't where it's at. We need to do things on a more professional level.
I mean, if you think about it, you know, they're gonna try to wipe that out anyway because it's a form of how Martin Luther King and Malcolm X did it. And if you
Oh,
look at
it's
the
not going to be
videos,
wiped out. It's not going to be wiped out. Not on my watch. Not
the,
on.
I'm talking about the march.
Any,
They
oh
trying
yeah, I'm talking
they
about
trying to
marching
wipe the
too.
march, huh?
I'm saying there's a time and a place to march,
Okay,
and
okay,
then
okay.
there's a time and a place to just be very professional. You see what I'm
Mm,
saying? We
okay.
have to time things correctly so that people who want to destroy those areas
Hmm.
of freedom that the peoples have to make it a bad thing can't do that.
So, do you think if we was not like doing a rioting or set things on fire, do you think that it would be less people going to jail versus how much is going to jail now the way that we march?
Absolutely not. No. And the reason why I say that is because the policing system haven't changed since slavery. And you can see it in the behavior of each police officer, because of their training, despite their race and origin. See what I'm saying? And while here in Washington State, I am going to get with the chiefs out here and the sheriffs and discuss
That's a good start.
Rewriting the bylaws of policing, because it needs to happen. Because for
Oh
some
yeah, for
reason
sure. For sure.
they afraid of individuals that they supposed to be serving and protecting. How are you shaking when you go up to a car and you just doing a traffic stop? How are you
They just
shaking?
hired anybody. They
Right.
just
How
hired
are
anybody.
you shaking?
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to be shaking, which means now you've been taught wrong. You've
Mm-hmm.
been taught to be afraid of the ones you there to protect. And
Mm-hmm.
it's unacceptable, and it's gonna change.
Alonzo Zobo Brock, he said, because they got what they want from us, so they don't need us no more. How do you feel about that question? That question or statement that Alonzo had made.
When he say us, is he talking about just black people individually?
Dominant. I believe it's more dominant in the black community. I mean, he could say broad, but I'm pretty sure he's speaking about us.
Okay, well, if he's talking about us, we will always be needed. We set the tone for everything. And the reason why I said it is, look at the culture surrounding us. Look at what everybody do. If you look at TikTok, everything we do, everybody else do. We're the trendsetters. We will always be needed.
You got it right there. You got it right there. Jonathan Coleman. Shout out to my manager, of course. Their needs rehabilitation programs for disabled veterans who have a hard time finding work. So I know we spoke about housing for veterans. How do you feel about the working opportunities?
Rehabilitation. Oh yes, definitely. We need that. Um,
Is it hard to create? Like, like,
it
do
will
you think
not
that
be hard to
nonprofits will
create.
help in that?
Huh?
Do you think that nonprofits can help with that?
Oh, definitely. Yes. I would love for the nonprofits to get involved, because it'll make it way easier for our veterans to get in to a job that's befitting their station,
Okay,
regardless of their injuries.
okay. Well, I would love if by chance, you know what I'm saying, I would love to be a part of making a change, you know what I'm saying, in the state of Washington State. I do have a nonprofit, like I said earlier, and I'm all about, being for the people, and I also do things for kids and families as well. And my wife was thinking about doing something for the veterans, so
Okay.
I'm always really about, what I'm saying, the community. So we can always, pick that back up.
All right. So we can get together once
Mhm.
this interview is over and discuss that further.
Okay. Yeah, Jonathan Coleman will put us in the chat and then we'll, make that happen.
Definitely.
K Bay. There are many people on high vibrational positions who operate on low vibration. I necessarily he didn't necessarily explain what he mean, but what do you get from that?
What I get from that is you have um, politicians that's put in these government positions that think backwards. They're not thinking on a level of elevation and progress. And I completely agree with him on that. That's
Okay.
why, again, the people of Washington need an individual like myself to be sitting in the seat that believe in collective effort and change.
Hmm. So low vibration and high vibration is more like energy, correct? Like it's just
Exactly.
the way it flows. Okay.
Hmm.
Hey, I'm not afraid to, what I'm saying, ask questions. But I don't know. K Bay said, good luck to your sister.
Thank
That's what
you.
he said. Good luck to your sister. Um, Alonzo Zobo, he said he was talking about the veterans, not more so the black folks. He was just talking about him
Veteran.
as the veteran. Back to that one
Oh,
question.
okay. So
My bad.
it's okay. Yeah, so you have the ones at the top, and I completely understand what he's talking about. He's talking
Mhm.
about the ones in charge, the ones with the big hat that can come around and yell at everybody, but don't have the cojones to go to the ones above them and voice their, I would have to say, their disagreements with how things are being operated, because there's no reason why some military individuals should feel unsafe. See what I'm saying?
I mean, I know you spoke about fixing it, but you're in Washington State, so I know Georgia's a hot mess. I'm hearing bad things about Florida. What is one outside of the veterans, the immigrants, and different things of that nature? What is another major point, you know what I'm saying, where you're at that you would like to attack?
The homelessness issue out here and the fentanyl issue.
Okay, come again.
The homeless issue and the fentanyl opioid issue.
Yeah, I do not like drugs at all. I hate the word fentanyl because I lost my dad from it. And it just somehow became popular last year, just out the blue. Even though it's been around, but
here's my thing with that. Fentanyl has the same strength as an epidural, which is another form of opioid that women take during birth. Right?
I was just going to ask you that. Yes.
Yes. So if a woman that's having a home birth do not have access to the epidural opioid during a home birth, fentanyl should not be available over the counter at all as well, because they know the damage it can cause. They know.
Look, you can get this stuff over the counter, like Tylenol?
Oh yeah. So here in Washington State, I'm gonna restrict it. Definitely. Nobody's gonna be able to get their hands on fentanyl unless they are in a hospital setting and it's being prescribed. That is it.
So what okay, so where does stuff come from? Like how
well, it comes from where all the drugs are coming from. Pharmaceutical companies, scientists coming up with better medicine to heal bodies, and then somebody mysteriously come up with the idea to, let's put it on the street and test it out. Yeah, that got to stop too.
Yeah, this is tight. Some deep. Oh, what age did you know that this will be you in like now?
Well, I got into politics heavy when I was 17. I started thinking on it, and I was just like, what do I want to do in my life, right? I didn't have it quite figured out yet. And then I would say when I was like 27, I had a conversation, sat down with my mom, and I just talked politics. And she was just like, you should just do it, because you've been talking about it for so long. And I know that you're passionate about the people and you love everybody and you just want to help. Just do it. Just do your research and see what you can do. I did that, and I filled out and I put that first foot forward, and now I'm running with it.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. This is my type of topics, and I'm passionate in making change, and I see what's wrong, and I always want to fix it by myself in a sense, because I don't necessarily know who to go to. Right. And that's one of the reasons why I created a nonprofit, so I can be able to police my own community, and be hands-on. Right. A lot of people that's up top, they feel as though that they know what's going on down here. They're not in the trenches. And I would love for like mayors and governors to be in the trenches, knowing what the changes is needed. So I'm pretty sure you're in the trenches, maybe came from the trenches. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I came from it. I definitely came from it. But I will say that my family wasn't horrible. I always had what I needed. I've never not needed anything, never not had what I needed. You know what I'm saying? Growing up. However, I did grow up in the hood.
I got you. Well, I mean, and I hate when people try to, dismiss people that have like a little taste of wealth, and the ones that haven't, and trying to say that they haven't came from the hood. They, you know what I'm saying? Like I hate.
Oh, but check this out. I've tasted I had the taste of the hood, and I had the taste of the middle class growing up because my mama did her thing. You hear me?
Mhm.
So
You
I
hear
had
me?
the taste of the middle class, and
There you
then
go.
my mom
Yeah.
gave me courage, and she basically been my hero, really,
Mhm.
someone I looked up to. And then she got me passionate in business,
Uh-huh.
and we went into business together, me, mom, and my sister, and we're doing our thing, you know.
Yeah.
So we brought ourselves out, but we experienced so many levels that we understand everybody's point of view, especially me.
Gotcha. But I mean, it shows your maturity and your leadership. You know, I'm already. I mean, it's my first time ever encounter with you, and I'm ready to follow. You know what I'm saying? You have that aura around you, so I definitely want to give you that. So I really appreciate you for that. So the next thing is gas. You know,
Mhm.
gas is becoming to be very, very I want to say bad, but I mean it's bad, but I don't know the word for it. But
You
it's
mean
getting
high
outrageous right
priced?
now. It's outrageous.
High priced.
It's out, man. I'm talking about what next year it's gonna be $5, and it's gonna stay there. They easing up there
Oh yeah.
slowly.
But here in Washington State they working on a gas ban, and I don't agree with it because let's say we go to war. Because we
What is a
already at
gas
war.
ban?
Huh?
What's a gas ban? I'm sorry to cut you off. What is a gas ban? Like what did that
Okay,
mean?
they're trying to ban all forms of gas. So I guess gas for cars, propane, things that we may need in emergency situation, right? I don't agree with that. And the reason why I say this is because we had a Russian operative over here that infiltrated Walmart. And I know a lot of people like, oh, Walmart, that's nothing. Unfortunately, Walmart is connected with FEMA. So it's a big thing. You see what I'm saying? And with that being said, that means the war is already here. It's just not for everybody to see. So if we get rid of gas, no matter the shape or form we get rid of it in, how is people gonna feed themselves if we get hit with an EMP? See what I'm saying?
Okay, what is that?
An EMP?
Yeah, there you go.
It's
Yeah.
an electrical pulse device
Was it lightning or
that'll
something?
take out everybody's devices. Like all electronics would be shut down. There would be no light, electricity, nothing.
Dang. See, I'm
Oh
one of
yeah.
these people that just I know a lot, but I don't know a lot. You know, so this right here is just crazy. Like they are looking to ban something that we need.
Oh yeah, it's a necessity. And I'm not gonna let it happen. They said it come into effect in 2025 if allowed, but if I'm elected, it will not see the light of day.
Well, we ain't gonna speak about that if that if gone. When you elected, when you elected, you gonna be a man. Look, we gonna speak that into existence. So is there anything that you would like to tell the audience about? You know, just the different angles you're headed in of change. You know what I'm saying? I know you spoke
Yes.
about so much.
Yes, when it comes to being able to move into a home, your credit won't be a big deal as long as you're making enough money to pay all your rent and utilities. And I'm gonna not try, but I'm gonna make it to where it's one times the rent to move in instead of three times the rent,
Hallelujah.
especially because everything constantly increases that we don't have any control over, and putting
Mhm.
a cap over that would be more of a titanium move, like us trying to put the real estate in a box. And I don't want to do that. I want everybody to grow financially, but I also want it to be affordable enough for the people to be able to take care of themselves.
Got you.
Self-sufficiency is good.
Okay. What about food banks? Yeah, like y'all haven't, like just did huddles to figure out how can we do like food banks or
Oh,
carriages
there's
out in the street.
there's there's many food banks here. I think as far as the food banks go, they're doing a pretty nice job. However, I feel for those who are less fortunate, we should have like every Saturday or every Monday and Saturday, just fresh hot food ready for them, but not that nasty stuff. I mean real home cooked Southern type food.
Okay, I thought you was gonna go like plant based.
Oh,
But
absolutely not. Listen, I am an eater. Okay, I like my fruits, I like my vegetables, but I love my meat.
she said, "I love my meat." She
Oh yeah,
said, "Southern, give me that Southern." I haven't ate meat going on 2 years.
you haven't?
November be going on 2 years. Yes. And I do feel a difference, but I ain't gonna lie though. I do miss those good looking dinners that y'all be
Oh
cooking. I'll
yeah.
be over there looking like a dog just drooling. But I do miss it. I do miss it.
I say this: the moment we take all the chemicals out of the food, all the unnecessary contamination that we do with our
Mhm.
meats, everything is going to be healthy to eat. The problem isn't the food; it's the chemicals. We get rid of the chemicals, we live longer.
Well, they just passed law on um, factory processed food in the lab.
Uh huh.
Um,
GMOs.
so how do we fight that? Like how do we fight that law?
Well, okay. First off, we prove that the person behind it is ill intent. And the way we can do that is his name is Bill Gates. Come on, man. You know, the poster guy for depopulation control.
Oh yeah, he was trying to get us up out of here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He was trying
And
to
on
get us
top of
up
that,
out of here.
the GMO foods are the meats anyways
Mhm.
are cancer based cells. They're grown from cancer cells.
Say that word again. G-
Cancer
no, I'm talking
cells.
about the Jihu
GMO foods.
GMO. I actually heard of that. I haven't researched it, but I have heard of that. So what foods is it in?
It's in a lot. It's in a lot. They
It's like a
starting to make
green label.
vegetables and meat. Hmm.
It's like a green label.
I'm not sure what label because
I
I
think
don't
I've
know
seen it
everything, but I
though.
know what I know.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it.
Some do have the label GMO on it, so you can tell which is GMO and which is organic.
Got you,
You
got you.
know.
So
Hmm.
I know we're finna get ready to, stuff, but I do want to ask you this important question. Um, what sparked you? Like what I know somebody have to get like fed up with something to
Mm.
be in like going in the direction that you're going in. So I know you said 17 and then you went full fledged at 27, but what what got you fed up, you know what I'm saying, to really like just go out there this mission that you're on.
Too much of our constitutional rights are being stripped. That's what's driving me also,
Mm-hmm.
because those rights are put in place to protect us from chaos,
Mm-hmm.
right? Once all of our constitutional rights are stripped, it's every man for themselves. We'll be like a south we'll be like a western country, like one of those.
Yes.
um
But
you see
yes.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
We don't need that. We do not
Yep.
need that here in America. They're trying to send us back, and we need to be going forward towards progression. And that's what's driving me. I want to protect the people's constitutional rights at all means necessary.
Well, look, um, we're gonna connect after this.
Hmm.
Um, I really appreciate your passion. A lot of people just do. A lot of people just talk, but they don't have the passion that falls with it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate your passion. I can feel it and I can hear it at the same time. We just
Oh,
need more leaders, huh?
I was raised not to do anything that I'm not in love with, because if you in love with it, it don't feel like work. If you in love with what you do in life, it's purpose. It's not something that drains you of life.
Got you.
It's
Yes.
purpose, and it drives you to want to improve and improve more, not for yourself but for everybody.
Right. 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 Before we go though, I got to ask you this:
Hmm.
what is your what is it, opinion or your feelings towards the title of the show, the rise of our political leaders? Like, what do that mean to you?
To me, it means collective change and effort that's gonna send us through progression for the future of our next generations to come.
Mhm.
That's gonna be something beautiful that we could never imagine.
Powerful, very powerful. But first, I would like to say I appreciate your time. I know that we haven't. I mean, it's 51 minutes, and I can still go on, but I know your time is, very precious. So I appreciate you for just giving me this time to share the light with you.
Mhm.
And I wish nothing but the best for you. And hopefully, in the future we'll be able to connect. But before you leave, I definitely want you to do your shout outs, your tags, and just tell people everything that you got going on.
All right. I want to send my appreciation to my campaign manager, Amara Mason, and send my
Salute.
appreciation to my PR manager, which is Jonathan Coleman. And
Salute.
I want you guys to follow my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and go to visit my website at www.candidateambramason2024.com. And also just Google my name in the search bar and support me. Vote, come in and help out with different things that I need help with, and we can collectively get us in that office.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you closed out, but when
Mhm.
you said support, is there any other way that we can support other than votes? Like do this stuff
Yes. Um,
cost?
Donations, it
Mhm.
will be very helpful if people will go out and donate. It doesn't matter where you are in America, you can donate.
Okay. How do they
Mhm.
donate?
You can go to my website. There's a link on my website that you can take a picture of with your phone, and you can donate there.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, again, appreciate you. It's your boy Lil T3rry on the EFABU. I thank everybody that tuned in. Next time, next Tuesday, 7 p.m., we will be live. Again, shout out to Ambra Mason for stopping by. You have a blessed day, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You too. Thank y'all for having me.
You're
Bye
welcome.
bye.
Bye bye.